Nice kid. A chance to chat with him for a while this afternoon. Underway is Emilio Bonifacio, the switch hitting shortstop. Takes strike one from Paul Mahalo.
Oh, nice kid out on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Paul making his 25th start. 3-3 lifetime against the Fish in 6 previous starts. 7-11 overall this year.
Ground ball to second. Neil Walker gloves, throws, and there is one out. Let's take a look at the Marlins lineup against Paul Mahalo and the Pirates, brought to you by Toyota. Moving forward, Bonifacio just made it out. Logan Morrison will hit second. Gabby Sanchez, then Dan Ugla. 407 in 15 games this month. Mike Stanton, Cody Ross, Wes Helms, Ronnie Paulino, and Alex Sanabia, the pitcher, batting ninth.
You might have noticed that Hanley Ramirez not in the lineup, not the leadoff man that you usually see at the top of the Florida Marlins lineup. He is not in there tonight.
Pitch called a strike to Logan Morrison, playing in his 21st big league game. Just a quick note on Jamison Tyone. We're going to get a chance to let you guys meet him. He'll join us during the course of the game tonight.
The vital statistics for Paul. Good start last time out against the Houston Astros. Got into the 7th inning with a 2-1 lead. It got away after that. I want to talk a little bit about his control when we get a chance.
Ball toward the middle, backhanded by Walker. Nice scoop by Jones, 2 down.
Welcome back, Neil. Paul Mahalo, it's been a struggling year, 7-11, but you look at his last 9 starts, he's walked more than 2 one time, so that helps. He's going to put the ball in play. They're going to get their share of base hits off Paul, but if he can keep the control, keep them off the base with a free pass, that helps the whole program. And it's nice to see a couple of ground balls right off the bat, literally, of the Fish here in the first.
Pitch outside to Gabby Sanchez. Talked about youth tonight. Logan Morrison, one of the young players, just grounded out. And here is Gabby Sanchez, a guy who is a legitimate candidate right now for Rookie of the Year in the National League. Takes ball 2. Still have Mike Stanton, who is the National League Player of the Week from last week in the Marlins lineup. They've got some blue chip prospects that are starting to pay dividends for them. Comes the 2-0 pitch.
Well, Tim, you stockpile arms and you stockpile big time speed arms. It's easier to teach a big arm how to pitch rather than a pitcher. It's hard to teach him a better fastball. How about starting with the foundation of having a strong arm and then try to mold him and have him mold himself along the way.
Popped up, shallow right. Walker is out. Domit comes in, calls him off. And an easy 1-2-3 inning for Paul Mahalo.
PNC for the achiever in us all. By Barrel Automotive, Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by your Western PA Honda dealer.
Another beautiful night at PNC Park. No scores. We go to the bottom half of the first inning with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Everett. Andrew McCutchen leads off for the Pirates. Jose Tabata will follow. Neil Walker will hit third this inning against right-hander Alex Sanabria. And Sanabria started the year in Double-A in Jacksonville in the Southern League. Had a little time in Triple-A after he was called directly from Double-A to the big leagues. Had 7 appearances, then sent down to Triple-A, then called up for this one tonight.
Unusual sequence, really. Starting Double-A, go right from there to the big leagues, and then when you're optioned down, you go to Triple-A. After being in the big leagues, hard to live down on the farm. He's back.
McCutchen popped up. Dan Ugla, the second baseman, calling for it. There is one away. Take a look at the rest of the Pirates lineup. Brought to you by Suzuki. Top of the hitting second, Neil Walker, then Garrett Jones. In the 5th spot, Pedro Alvarez. 14 runs batted in this month. Ryan Doma hitting behind him. The catcher, Chris Snyder. Argenis Diaz starting his 8th straight game at shortstop. And Paul Mulholland.
Working against this rather slight right-hander, Alex Sanabria, just 6'2", 165, out of Chula Vista, California. 32nd round choice by the Fish in 2006. The stats for Alex: made those 4 starts. His 1 win against the Washington Nationals when he went 5 in the 3rd innings.
Our PNC achievement tonight has to do with that man there, Jose Tabata. 22 multi-hit games, leads National League rookies with 20 infield hits. He's now 2nd in stolen bases with 12. Hitting .328 at PNC Park. PNC for the achiever in us all. And this one well hit to left. Circling around it, Logan Morrison. And he makes the catch. He went about 360 degrees on the grass there.
Covered it all.
Defensively behind the pitcher Sanabria tonight. There's Morrison in left. Ross and Stanton. Helms back at third. Emilio Bonifacio makes his first start. Hanley Ramirez is out. And Ronnie Paulino behind the plate. Here is Bonifacio, switch hitter. Not a lot said as to why Bonifacio is getting his first start, but just speculating, and it might have nothing to do with it, but last night in the first at bat, Hanley Ramirez struck out. It was a drop third strike, and he never bothered to move. He went right back to the dugout, gave himself up.
Yeah, and traditionally, even though you know you don't have a chance, you kind of make a little half-hearted move, at least a step or 2 or 3, just to let everybody know you're aware of what your responsibilities are, but he did not do that.
Walker batting with 2 men out, and also it could have to do with an arm issue. Seemed to have a bit of a sore arm. Either way, Bonifacio the shortstop tonight. 2 outs, 2-1 to Walker, and he drives one right at Bonifacio, and the Pirates gone in order in the bottom of the 1st. We'll head to the 2nd when we come back scoreless.
he's had some outings where he's had trouble with getting the ball where he really wants to, and he's had some innings get away from him. But he's very consistent for us when he's on.
Good word from manager John Russell about today's starter, Paul Maholm. Does keep the ball down. Runs that two-seamer, the sinker, and he's been getting some ground balls. Got 2 ground balls in the first inning. Now facing the cleanup hitter, Dan Uggla. One thing that Paul has been battling with this year is consistency. One start good, one start not so good. How do you develop that? Is there a way?
That's the magic question.
To center field, and there's McCutcheon at the catch.
First of all, when the ball is hit that hard, you position your people to be right there. But consistency, I have no idea how you improve your consistency. You make better pitches, you swing it better, you swing the bat at better hittable pitches. The whole thing boils down to this. They can talk all they want, but the good players just do the good things more often than the players that are just so-so. They do it more nights than the other guys.
Right fielder Mike Stanton takes ball 1.
Tom Seaver has more good starts than a guy that's going to win 9. The guy that wins 9 is capable of having lights-out games. Seaver has more of them. That's the only way I can explain it. The good guys do it more often. They have more talent. Because in baseball, you can't hide. I mean, the cream's going to come to the top. You can fool somebody for a game or two, but during the course of a season, you're going to find out who better players are and who the guys that are average major leaguers, which is very good. You're going to find out who they are too. But the real good ones just do it more often.
Paul looking for a strike now, like Stanton. The last night's starter, both starters, Ross Ohlendorf and Josh Johnson, were very consistent. And
well, the thing is, any pitcher can be consistent for a game, but it's the guy that does it the most times.
And Ross, he has been consistent lately, and he's tried a new grip on his slider the last couple of games. It's worked really well to right field, and Domit will stop that one, and Stanton is aboard with the first hit of the ball game. 1-out single for Mike Stanton.
Well, Ross Ohlendorf has been just lights out. There's a couple factors. They're not scoring for him. Everybody knows that, but he's running into some pretty good pitchers that are working against the Pirates too. And, if there's a guy that will stand tall and not let the yoke of 1 and 10 bring him down, it's Ross Ohlendorf. He will go out there and he will approach his next start the same way. He's a bright guy. He knows that if he pitches that well, eventually he's going to start winning. I mean, he's a smart guy.
Most guys from Princeton are.
Mm-hmm. I think if
you hate to stereotype those Ivy Leaguers, but it's too late for that.
I think if you got an IQ of 24, you know that if you keep pitching like that, you're going to start winning.
Well, the inside corner for a strike. Calling the balls and strikes tonight is Ron Culpa. Lance Barksdale is at first, Ed Rapuano at second, and the crew chief Tom Hallion at third base. Tom behind the plate last night. He's one of my favorites behind the plate because if there's strike 3, it's not a secret. He is very animated. Looks like a killer whale leaping out of the water.
Good breaking ball down and in. Tying Cody Ross up. He can ring you up.
Yep, it's fun to watch him. It's easy for a broadcaster when Tom Hallion's behind the plate. There's never any question as to what's a ball or a strike.
But it can be very humiliating for the batter that's being rung up.
It's not, yeah. Not good for them. Good for us.
I loved being out there with Doug Harvey would ring you up or ring a batter up. Another good breaking ball by Paul.
Cody Ross down on strikes, 2 away.
There's a good breaking ball for the second strike, just as good for number 3.
Down the back foot.
right-hand batters will tell you when a left-hander has a very good breaking ball, it's got a chance to hit your back foot. They used to say that about Oliver Perez, where he had that power curveball down and in. Jeff Bagwell used to say, I feel like it's going to hit me in the back foot when I'm a right-hand batter's box.
Wes Helms did not start last night at third base. Chad Tracy did. Helms came in late for defense, ended up with an at-bat, too. Struck out swinging in the ninth inning. Ball gets away from Snyder, but the base runner, Mike Stanton, stays at first. Stanton with a base hit to right. Paul Maholm with 2 down and a 1-ball 1-strike count on Wes Helms. Pirates with an 8-game series against the Marlins this year. It's a little unusual scheduling wise. 4 here in Pittsburgh and then 4 to end the season in Miami. Usually it's 4 in one location, 3 in another. If you're going to play 7, but 8 games against the Marlins from the East.
New contract for Mr. Helms, I think just announced.
Full foul. Yeah, Wes is not too disappointed.
You take another shot at Dave over in that camera location. Wow, Dave, come on.
I wonder if he's got a metal plate in that helmet.
Well, let me see those hands.
He had a bat thrown over there at him. A couple of balls hit over there.
If anybody can handle that kind of program over there, Dave.
I think the bat's more afraid of him than he is afraid of the bat.
Getting a lot of airtime there, David. Yeah, you got it.
2-2 to Wes Helms. Good throw over there. Stanton might have been leaning a little bit. Seems to be a lot of contract signing going on. You talked about Helms and there's Jamison Tyone today for the Pirates. Stetson Alley yesterday, number 2 pick in the draft. Up in the air to deep right field. Drifting back is Ryan Dummett. He makes the catch in front of the track. No runs a hit. 1 man left.
Year-old at 6'5", 6'6", good athlete. The arm works the way we talked about it. Throws 92 now with a curveball, a changeup, and an advanced feel for pitching for a 16-year-old. So if we're able to get that one done, and again, we remain optimistic, It's 3 good young arms to add to the system, to go with the draft class, to go with the other international signings.
Neil Huntington talking about Luis Heredia, possible opportunity to sign the youngster out of Mexico. He belongs to the Veracruz ball club in the Mexican League, and they're optimistic. Could be another terrific young arm.
Stockpile. Feed the pipeline.
Score bottom of the second. Garrett Jones facing Alex Sanabia. Sanabia pitching tonight. Sean West, big left-hander, was supposed to go. He was placed on the disabled list today. And the reason, inflammation in his right knee. I was told that he got that when he got here to Pittsburgh running foul pole. Running pole to pole, and all of a sudden the knee started to swell. He didn't do anything else aside from run.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He can't blame it on the surface here. It is pristine. Manny Lopez and the guys just keep it that way. So he did that one on his own.
Jones off of Sanabia. Recovers in time to get him. So late last night, Sean West placed on the disabled list. Andrew Miller recalled from AA Jacksonville. Taylor Tankersley sent to AAA New Orleans. And Sanabia called up from New Orleans, his second stint.
Yeah, you had some interesting numbers about Sanabia. I mean, opponent's batting average from both sides of the plate is pretty lofty.
Right-handed hitters this year in the major leagues hitting .389 against him coming into the game tonight. Left-handed hitters hitting .292.
You would assume some opportunities will present themselves, but don't assume too much. This young man just 1-1, but in 23 innings coming into this game has struck out 20. Again, has made 4 starts, 3 home runs given up.
Pedro looking for some more contact tonight.
You might wonder about the sequence. AA to the big leagues and then back to AAA. Well, if you have enough stuff and enough of a record to go from AA to the big leagues, they're not going to send you back to AA. If you have to go back, you're just going to go back to AAA. So you're just one notch away. You've proven that you can handle AA.
Right in the glove. And Sanabia with his second infield assist this inning.
All right, let's try somebody else.
Not the big fellow. No, not that big. Tall, but not bulky. 6'2", and as you mentioned earlier, 165. So there's not a lot of weight behind those fastballs. Fastball, slider, and a changeup. Throw that changeup at just about any count. Ryan Domit at the plate. Domit last night hit perhaps his farthest home run at PNC Park. 445 feet over the Clemente wall, over the right field stands, and hit a tree up beyond the ballpark to center field. Cody Ross waits. And the first 6 Pirates have been set down in order. We're through 2 full, and there's no score. Last down to the second inning, Ryan Doman, bang, way out. It's Arbor Day behind the stadium. Home run number 9 for Doman. That's the cold hard blast. Brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And I know last time the telecast showed the 479-foot blast that Darrell Ward hit into the river, and those trees were about a third of the size they are now. There's a base hit by Ronnie Paulino to left field.
Yeah, I tell you, if that ball doesn't hit the tree, that's got a chance to be wet without bouncing. It had a legitimate chance.
Ryan Doman should have brought a chainsaw out there today and done a little trimming. Make sure the next one doesn't get interfered with.
Will allow the next one to leave the stadium.
And now Sanabia will bunt Paulino over to second base. Sacrifice bunt successful, and there's one down. Paulino now in scoring position. Sanabia doing his job. Now Emilio Bonifacio come to the plate for the second time. He grounded out to Walker at second base. 0 for 1. Corners are going to come in for Bonifacio. He is a good bunter for base hits. Excellent at that, as a matter of fact. He will test a defense from time to time. Last year, very successful for the Marlins. And laying him down. As a result, ended up with a number of infield hits. Pedro Alvarez paying attention down at third.
Pirates defensive in the outfield, not thinking much about power there. In short.
Neil Walker gloves, throws to second, and they do not get 2, but there are 2 outs. Paulino throws enough on the line drive and got back in time.
Nowhere for Ronnie to go. He got it started last night late, I believe, in the 8th inning with that leadoff double, and that was a hurting thing. Provided them with their 3rd run, and that's what they needed to beat the Pirates 3-2.
Logan Morrison takes a strike. .288 hitter through his first 20 major league games. 7 doubles, 7 runs batted in. He's hit 9 of his last 10 games. 0 for 1 here tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's gone hitless in only 3 games that he has played in this year. Ronnie Paulino in scoring position at second base. 2 outs and a 1-1 pitch. Now it's 1-2. Logan Morrison, naturally a first baseman. But Edwin Rodriguez, the manager of the Marlins, was the manager in AAA New Orleans, so he managed him there and thought that he could find a place for him in the big leagues. And instead of playing first base, where Gabby Sanchez is, he's got him out in left field, getting the bat in the lineup.
He'd kind of be a 3rd in the depth chart at first base. Coughlin, is that
Coughlin,
right? Yeah. Rookie of the year last year. He is hurt, out.
Count full 3-2. Well, you can tell that he may be somewhat inexperienced in the outfield. Taba's fly ball to left in the first, where he almost circled completely around it before he caught it. Looked like a routine fly ball. But he hasn't hurt him too much out there, and that's the main thing as far as the Marlins are concerned. Marlins start the night just a game under 500, 59-60. And even 500 on the road, 30-30. That's important.
Yeah, tell the Pirates about it.
Outside ball 4. 2 on and 2 out. Let's take a look at our Barrel Automotive League Leaders stat. Team averages against left-handed pitchers. The Cubs are on top, hitting .280. Marlins next at .269. Then the Nationals, Cardinals, and Reds. So the Marlins hitting left-handers pretty well. That's their Barrel League Leaders, brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Definitely worth the click. Barrel.com. One hopper to second. And Walker throws out Sanchez, and that'll do it for the Fish in the top of the third.
Baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Let's take a look at this day in Pirates history. August 19th, 1973. Jim Rooker, a 5-hitter. He also went 3 for 3 at the plate while shutting down the Giants 5-0. Richie Hebner and Al Oliver hit back-to-back home runs in the first inning. Thanks to our friends at Day Automotive.
Rook was in the building the other night, had a chance to sit down and hash out some old stories. You know, a lot of people don't remember Jim Rooker for being the kind of hitter he was. Terrific hitter. He signed a pro contract with Detroit as a hitter. Signed as a hitter, and then was turned over to be a pitcher, had a big arm.
And now he signs as an author.
That's right.
Got a lot of kids' books out there. At the Bat is one of the books, and a number of other kids' books with a baseball theme to them. One ball and one strike to Chris Snyder. 2-1 now to the Pirate catcher. Chris, 225 hitter. Did not start last night behind the plate. Ryan Doman was the catcher last night. Doman up right field tonight. 2-1. Count even a 2-2 now to Snyder.
I always make sure I mention this. Jim Rooker helped me get started in this business way back when. Great recommendation. It's something you always keep track of. Thanks again, Rook.
So I guess you're not mad at him then.
No, a lot of people are, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, all the guys in the truck are saying, thanks, Rook. Thanks a lot. 2-2 to Chris Snyder. Yeah, Bob Walk made him walk back from Philadelphia.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Arenas Diaz on deck. There's the 2-2 again, and Snyder taps it foul up the left side.
So I guess Walkie can take some credit for the amount of money that was raised for Children's Hospital as a result of that walk.
Well,
Brooke couldn't have done it without Robert Vernon.
If somebody pats him on the back about it, I'm sure he'd say thank you. It wasn't his intended idea to lose a big lead against the Phillies, but that's how it worked out.
Always nice of Rook. He invited me to go on that walk with him. I said, yeah, I'll meet you on the Fort Duquesne Bridge.
3-2 to Snyder. Sanabia's pitch, and he struck him out. First strikeout of the night for the youngster Alex Sanabia. So Diaz coming to the plate. Ronnie Cedeno is out again tonight, recovering from an impingement in the left shoulder. Manager John Russell talks about the status of Ronnie Cedeno.
It's lingered a little bit, but it's gotten to the point that I think he's can go out and play. But it's also to the point I want to make sure that he's ready to play 9 innings. But he's not, DL because he can, still come off the bench now and help us in that aspect. But hopefully we'll get him back in a couple of days, and he'll be back out there every day.
First Pirate hit belongs to Argenis Diaz. Our injury update thanks to our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pirates. Talked to Ronnie in the clubhouse today. Said, you ready to go yet? He said, after BP today. Said he would be ready to go. He's feeling much, much better, he says. And he hopes to get back out there as soon as tomorrow. John Russell saying maybe tomorrow, a couple of days perhaps. Paul Maholm trying to get Diaz over. Takes ball 1.
Good work so far for Paul, and I'm glad I didn't mention this, and maybe that made it work. He has really struggled in the first 3 innings of a lot of his starts when you take a look at the overall batting average in the first 3 frames. But he's on the other side of that now with 3 zeros. Good work. Perfect bunt.
Nice work by Maholm. He sacrifices Diaz over to second base successfully. So 2 men out. And the Pirates with a runner in scoring position. For the top of the order, Andrew McCutchen. For Paul, that's the 4th sacrifice of the season. Here is Kutch. He popped up to Dan Uggla in the first inning. So McCutchen has hitters who hit after the pitchers typically will do. Take their sweet time getting up to the plate. Give the pitcher time to get back in the dugout. Last night in the 5th inning, Cody Ross hit a double to right center field. McCutchen would have had to make a well above average catch. He got to the ball, but the ball eluded his glove. I chatted with him about it today and said he got to the ball too quick. And ended up misjudging it at the last moment. I was wondering if maybe from center field, when you're looking back, sometimes depending on the time of night or whatever, you can lose a ball. But he said that wasn't the case.
Yeah, well, especially with the line drives that are at you. But he went over sideways, so he had a pretty good visual angle. But he was on the run. Yeah, that look right there, picking a ball up from that background on the line can be an issue. But you're on the full run, and you have to pick your point where you're going to throw the glove up in the air.
And here was the play. Ross.
He goes a long way to get that. Throws the glove up, and he usually throws the glove up at the right time. And sometimes in a dead run, one foot can be coming down the wrong way, and the glove doesn't go up on the angle you want to. He does it most of the time, and that time it didn't work.
2-1 pitch to Bonifacio at short. And the Pirates are gone in the 3rd. We'll head to the 4th. We'll meet Jamison Tyone when we come back.
And, you know, the signing bonus and signing and everything's great, but my goal is to be back here in PNC Park in a few years and help this team turn around, and I know they're going in the right direction. Excited to be here.
Jamison Tile, the number 2. He's not that, I guess he is kind of big, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Jamison, congratulations. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
the Pirate family. It was great to meet you earlier this afternoon. We've got no score, top of the 4th inning. How does it feel? I mean, how does it feel now that you're here at PNC Park? You got to put the jersey on, the hat on, and you're welcomed by the owners, the president, and everybody.
Yeah, it's been an incredible day. Definitely been busy. I think I'll sleep well tonight, but it's pretty neat to see this field, and hopefully I'll be back here playing in a few years. I don't think I've seen a nicer park.
Well, is it kind of a relief that you're on the other side of a lot of it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Now you want to get a baseball in your hand, I'm sure.
Man, yeah, I had to sit out this whole summer. It's like a waiting game, you know, the way it's played these days, and I didn't pick up a ball for about 2 months. So I'm ready to get going. I'm going out to State College tomorrow. I'm ready to get going.
I feel to Mike Stanton at the plate. Jameson, you pitched in March a game against Conroe High School. 19 strikeouts. It was a no-hitter. Outstanding, obviously, but you lost a game. You were 8-1.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that beat you? We need to get him, too.
Oh, man. I believe we were down in Corpus Christi, which is about 4.5 hours away. It was the day of a bus trip. We lost 1 or 2-0 that game. It was against Corpus Christi Moody. They're always at the state tournament. But it's tough to lose either way, but it was fun. There were about 1,500 or 2,000 people out there, which is huge for a high school game. And I think the kid that beat me was going to Missouri as a third baseman, actually.
Wow.
I'll tell you, part of that 1,500 or 2,000 had to be a lot of scouts, too.
Yeah, I know Trevor, my area scout, and Greg Smith, the scouting director here. I know they said they were there for that.
1-2 pitch to Stanton. Strike 3 called, and Mahalam strikes out Ugla 2 away. Now, you sign the contract. You know all this stuff, and then you actually put the pen to paper.
Yep.
What did that feel like? I mean, all the stuff that comes along with being the number 2 overall pick and signing your name to a professional contract for the first time.
Yeah, recognizing a dream right there. A little bit of a relief right there after a long summer, but you know, it's one step towards my dream, and I was definitely excited to dot my name on that line.
Process.
Your cash ain't bad either, is it?
No, it's not bad.
Well, you know, a lot of guys want to know this too. You're a bonus baby. What's the first thing you're going to get?
I don't even know yet, honestly. I'm just going to live life for a year like I didn't even get the money and just hang out, play some ball.
You can afford an iPad now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Maybe a laptop or something.
Well, get an iPad, but you can't keep it. 1-1 to Cody Ross, and he hits this one down the left field line, foul. So you're going to go to State College, but it's more for you to get the experience of being a professional. Yeah, he got his iPad. But more of you to get the experience of the profession, learn the routine and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'll be there for about 2 weeks, and they said their pitching coordinator will be there. I guess they call him Benny. He's going to monitor some bullpens and stuff, and I'm going to get the field a long bus ride, supposedly, and then I'll head down to Instructional League for a month.
You know, I was talking to Josh Johnson, who came out of high school, and he's doing a great job for the Marlins now. And I asked him if he had any advice for you and Allie, what would it be? And he would say, just make sure you keep it together and don't try to do too much too early.
Yeah, that's some good advice.
Alvarez with a great stop. And he throws him out.
You'd like to get that play made behind you.
Oh, what a play by Pedro. You stick around another couple outs here? Oh, yeah. Jameson Tyler going to stay with us, but Pedro Alvarez throwing the leather around and from his knees gets him out. Pedro Alvarez with an absolute gem down at third base to retire Cody Ross. And Jose Tabata leads off. It's Alex Sanabia here in the bottom of the fourth inning with Steve Blash, Tim Everett. Pleased to be joined again this half inning by the Pirates' top draft choice, Jameson Taillon, who, like Pedro Alvarez, was the number 2 pick overall. A line drive to left. And Pedro.
You'd like to have this play made behind you, Jameson. We all would. Terrific work. And a big league arm.
Yeah, you don't see those plays in high school right there.
Yeah. Now, wow. Yeah, there it is. You know, you're going to be facing dominant hitters too. You've had some high school opponents, I'm sure, that have been very, very gifted. But you're going to be thrown in with the elite of the hitters too. So that's going to be a big item for you.
Yeah. The biggest change, in Houston, every team is good that you play, but I guess each team has 1 or 2 guys, I guess you call it. But I guess in pro ball, it's going to be 1 through 9. Every hitter, you got to give them your best stuff.
Yeah, the higher you go up, the more hitters are going to be in a lineup.
So I got a question here. Whose iPad is this?
This is mine. I bring this to actually. That's a seat out of my car. Yeah.
Yeah, we have people.
We just toss that out.
We have people in the TV truck that they're called the gypsies. They travel around everywhere, and it belongs to one of them. Here's Walker swinging. He drives it deep to right field, way back, and up against the wall. What a grab by Mike Stanton, taking away a possible wall double from Neil Walker.
Guy's an absolute specimen.
Ball had a chance.
We think so much about the short porch in right field. Any ball that's hit like that, you always think it's got a chance.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I played high school in a field that's about 300 down the lines and maybe 340 on a good day to center.
Yeah, you've seen that program then.
That's a nice catch. One of the pitches you feature, along with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, is a spiked curveball. Mike Messina threw that with the Yankees.
Is it like a knuckle curve? Or?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. I guess I throw it pretty similar to Mike Messina, but I say I have a little more velocity on it and a little less break.
Garrett Jones now, 1 ball, 1 strike. You got to have huge hands to throw that, don't you?
Yeah, I'd say I have some pretty big hands.
Let me see those. Hey, look at those hands. That's a big hand. When do you report to State College?
I'm heading out tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think they have a game tomorrow night, actually, so I'm looking forward to that. I get to get on a throwing program right away, maybe throw some pens before instructional league.
When will the instructional league start?
I think that starts about a week to 10 days after the season ends for the minor league, so September 15th is kind of a rough guess.
So you spent a bunch of time down in Bradenton. Get to know that area a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to State College, you're going to have to buy the first few times. I mean, everybody knows what the deal is.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. Me and Stetson might be asked that.
Yeah.
2-2 to Jones, and he strikes out. Well, Jameson Taillon, Pirates' top draft choice this year, number 2 overall. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you out there.
Congratulations, man.
In the near future.
I'll see you here soon.
He is now a Pittsburgh Pirate. We'll go to the 5th when we come back to PNC Park. series. Real nice to get an opportunity to chat with Jamison Tyone. Real nice kid, and comes from a really good family, and the kind of kid you root for. And Pedro stops the foul ball. He's got that one down tonight.
Yep.
Great effort by Alvarez.
Acknowledging effort, folks here at PNC Park. You know, nothing wrong with going through with a play. They'll tell you when it's not going to be allowed, when it's going to be a foul ball. They'll tell you that later on. Go ahead and make it.
Great look in the AGH cam. 0-1 to Helms.
And a very media comfortable young man is Mr. Tyone.
He walked in the press conference room today, and it was like he was just walking into his kitchen, except there was no food. But very comfortable. And a mature kid. I wish him well. He and Stetson Alley had to meet Stetson yesterday. Just 18 years old. He's pushing 6 feet 7 inches tall. So that's going to be the hard thing now, Steve, for these guys who are going to be these, projected top picks, where you've played baseball every summer your whole life, and then after your senior year in high school, the way the thing works now, ground ball to Diaz. Diaz will throw out Helms for the first out. You have to sit out. You can't play. You can't risk injury. And that's what a lot of these guys do. They have to wait. You heard him mention he didn't pick up a ball for 2 months.
And the world has changed. When we used to sign back in the day, they'd send you right away to the rookie league or wherever they wanted you to go with your $4,000 bonus.
Yeah. What was your bonus?
It was 4.0. Or 4, I'm sorry, 4,0.
4,000. You got a 4-figure bonus, didn't you?
I did.
Wow.
That doesn't bother me what they're getting now.
We've been consoling Steve all day. Imagine if you were born in, say, 1983.
Well, people ask me all the time, doesn't it bother you, these big bonuses? And they say, well, you got out while you had character. Well, I'd love to be playing right now.
To right field, and Domet will retire. Ronnie Paulino. Time to enjoy tonight's Cabot Woodstein legendary performance. August 19, 2007, Minnesota Twins pitcher Johan Santana set a franchise record, striking out 17 batters. Santana pitched 8 innings and walked none in a 2-hit win over the Rangers. That's tonight's legendary performance, sponsored by Cabot Woodstein. And we'll see him here this weekend, pitching Sunday against the Pirates.
You have that kind of game, and you still get just 1 run of support. You're dominant, and the game is in doubt the entire time.
2 outs and a 1-0 count to Sanabia. He takes strike 1.
Meanwhile, we got a whole lot of pitching going on here tonight with Paul Mahalam and young Mr. Alex Sanabia, 11th hour starter for the Florida Marlins, and he's acquitting himself very well.
That's the 7th ground ball out induced by Paul Mahalam. Halfway home at PNC Park.
brought to you by Meadows Racetrack and Casino. "2010 Pirates Baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Meadows Racetrack and Casino.
Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett, and we are back here at PNC Park on a T-shirt Thursday. And a great night for a little ice cream, too.
Never a bad night for ice cream.
Only 3 hits combined, 2 for the Marlins, 1 for the Pirates, and still no score. Jameson Taillon.
Ice cream right there.
He got some ice cream, too. Well, helping kids has never been sweeter. You can join the fun at the Presley Ridge Ice Cream Fun Days, Saturday, August 28th at the Pittsburgh Zoo. Visit PresleyRidge.org for tickets and information.
They do a great job, and they put on a great ice cream festival wherever they have it. They've had it in their own facilities at times. This time at the zoo, they'll have a great time to get involved with that project.
Dan Uggla throws out Pedro Alvarez to start the bottom of the 5th. Pedro's 0 for 2.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
And maybe a pretzel on the side.
It's all the food groups.
85 degrees at game time. Perfect night for a cone.
If they keep working at it like that, that cone will be half melt. They got to get after it a little bit.
You don't want a cup tonight. You're going to have a cone. Ryan Domet flied to center field to end the 2nd inning. Foul away. One of the things about Sanabia's numbers this year, he did have one game in which he went 5 1/3, got into the 6th inning. And that was in his only win in the big leagues against the Washington Nationals on the 18th of July.
Scoreless.
Yep, gave up only 4 hits, so that was his best big league performance to date. Right now, he looks like he is on track for another as he's pitching in the bottom of the 5th and only giving up 1 hit. 5-1 in 14 starts in Double-A with Jacksonville in the Southern League. 2.03 is earned run average. Castle Park High School in Chula Vista, suburb of San Diego.
I don't know if we get another glove or a close-up of his glove, but I'll tell you how the world has changed in terms of baseball equipment. Usually, a lot of guys used to keep that one finger outside the glove, and you just see the finger outside the glove. Now they got a compartment for that finger that's outside where you put the rest of your hand. So even the equipment has gotten modernized. Come on, hold that glove open for you. Yeah, there you go. The rest of the fingers are down in like they usually are traditionally, but this is a special compartment for all the guys that used to keep that finger out. And why did we do that? So you wouldn't get a broken blood blister. You caught those balls and your finger gets sore, so you kept it outside on the outside of the glove. Now they got a compartment for that. I think that might have been a Rawlings glove that you saw.
Looked like it, yeah.
Well, Rawlings right up to date. Came
Well,
outside, tied him up.
Our EasyToUse.com minor league connection. And it is now official as the Pirates have announced tonight that 16-year-old Luis Heredia.
That's Bob Walk. That's not Luis Heredia.
From the Veracruz Red Eagles of the Mexican Baseball League has been signed. He is the top international pitching prospect, and he's now a Pirate. So that news now official.
It's official. We've got a serious pitchers duel going on here in the 5th inning.
Snyder fouls it away. No balls, 2 strikes. Luis Heredia getting his first taste of PNC Park. Going to take some photos and video. Jersey and cap look good on him. He is rather big for a 16-year-old. Snyder gets a hold of this one, but Cody Ross tracks it down on the warning track. Well, Pirates done here in the 5th. We'll go to the 6th.
Tonight's Coors Light Freeze Camp. Pedro Alvarez right there on the line. Foul territory on one knee. Check it out. Full body commitment. Where's that nice? Is that a strong arm? Not only on one knee, but throwing it across his body. That's tonight's Freeze Camp, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
And he got Cody Ross by a lot. It wasn't even a close play at first base. Top of the 6th. No score. And Bonifacio runs up to bunt. He almost ran his chest into the baseball. Well, as Bonifacio at the top of the order hits. How about Alex Sanabia tonight, Steve? He's faced 1 over the minimum through 5 innings. And he's thrown perfect innings in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Giving up just a single to Argenis Diaz in the 3rd. Paul Maholm has been outstanding as well. He has had perfect innings in the 1st, 4th, and 5th. Faced 4 men in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd. Pitchers duel tonight at PNC Park. 3 hits combined.
As we saw last night, the 3-2 win by the Marlins with Ohlendorf going against Josh Johnson.
2-1 on Bonifacio. Count even. This is one of those games where it could be one swing, could be one mistake. That is the big difference in the ball game. Count is full. Pirates won the first game of this 4-game set on Monday night, 7-1. Lost Tuesday 6-0 and 3-2 last night, so a chance to even up this series. Bonifacio, switch hitter, batting right-handed against the lefty Maholm. The payoff pitch walked him. The leadoff man is aboard in the top of the 6th inning. Visit the official online shop of the Pirates at Pirates.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source, the Pirates.com shop. Accept no substitutes.
Glittering numbers by Sanabia and Paul Maholm. Paul coming off that good start, as we told you, was ahead 2-1 in the 7th inning down at Houston last time out. But then the back-to-back home runs did him in.
That's a base hit. And going first to third is Bonifacio, and now the Marlins have got runners on the corners in their first threat of the night.
Well, sometimes you'll be able to get a glove on this ball. Sometimes it'll just hit off your body and bounce towards someone that can make a play. This one gets right on through, and the fish are in business. Had to jump out of the aquarium.
Well, Paul's going to have to do some pitching to keep the Marlins off the board here. Nobody out. First and third for Florida. Gabby Sanchez, first baseman, takes outside for a ball.
Well, this is the kind of situation where you really address your attention to the hitter. There's a high percentage chance that the guy from third is going to score as it plays out. You might leave him there every once in a while, but you address the hitter. That's your main priority. You can let him go if you get a double play ball. It cleans everything up.
1-1 the count. Let's take a look at tonight's AT&T Mobility trivia question. AT&T, rethink possible. 1999, 4 Marlins finished in the top 5 among rookie RBI leaders. Who were they?
Well, why don't you just give us a question where we need 25 answers? How about something with just a one guy involved?
I agree. I think
4 Marlins, 2 trout,
guys.
3 swordfish, and a mackerel. Come on. We've got to revisit this whole thing, I think.
That's a tough one, but they had some good players back in 1999. The Marlins,
sure, at least 4 of them.
They had.
How about the 5 veterans that did well also? Put them together.
1-2 pitch. This one's high in the air to left center field and deep, way back and gone. 3-run home run. Gabby Sanchez, his 13th of the year. And with one swing of the bat, the Marlins take the lead 3-0.
And there wasn't any question about this. Hit to the biggest part of this ballpark comfortably over the fence, and you could get verification of that by the fact Jose Tabata took 2 steps and then just watched to see how far over the fence it was going to go. And that ball was in a little bit, but he was able to get the hands in and just ride it on out of here. Into the dusk.
That was into the back bullpen, the Pirates bullpen. That'll be at least 420 feet, 425 out there. Here's Dan Uggla, he's at his share. Ugla's 0 for 2 tonight. 28 home runs on the year. 77 runs batted in. Base hit to left. Uggla keeps on hitting. He now has an 11-game hitting streak. And the first 4 men in this inning have reached against Paul Maholm after he has done so well, keeping the Marlins off the board through 5. And now here in the 6th, Maholm in trouble.
We were talking earlier, Tim, about the fact that when Paul has struggled, many times it's in the first 3 innings. Well, he got through the first 3 innings beautifully. Did the same thing in the 4th and 5th, 6 up, 6 down in those 2 innings, but all of a sudden, wow, here come the Marlins.
Mike Stanton was 1 out of 2. He had a single in the 2nd inning, then struck out looking in the 4th. News around baseball today, a trade involving 2 Central Division teams. The Houston Astros sending 3rd baseman Pedro Feliz to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Under the speculation that the Cardinals might have an interest in Andy LaRoche. They went in another direction but stayed in the division to get Feliz.
They've had some questions at 3rd, and they think that Feliz, who had primarily lost his job at 3rd base to Chris Johnson, a rookie, made him expendable as far as the Astros were concerned, but he certainly is a veteran should be able to help the Cardinals. And we'll see Pedro Feliz and the Cardinals the back end of this homestand after the Mets come in this weekend. And speaking of the Astros, a former Astro, Lance Berkman, a rent-a-player with the Yankees, put on the disabled list, an ankle injury today. Ground ball to third. Alvarez to second for one. Walker the turn, double play. And 2 men are out for Florida in the top half of the 6th. Pirates go around the horn.
That stops the hemorrhaging here in the top of the 6th inning.
The bases are empty with 2 out. Pedro just throwing a strike to second base.
See Neil holding his ground there, not giving ground, so he doesn't have to be kind of retreating, heading back body-wise away from where he's throwing. You hold your ground, your momentum on that throw, on the release, is going forward instead of trying to catch up to where you're backing up to.
Ross behind in the count, 0-2 to Mahalam. No balls, 2 strikes. That's in the dirt. One and 2 to Ross, and Mahalam winds and deals.
Watch out. Oh, goodness. Thank goodness for that screen in front of the dugout.
Well, a couple of nights ago in the Marlins dugout, Chad Tracy was in the wrong place and he had to bail out of the airplane. He dove on the floor. There's one almost got him. His teammates decided to put the white outline you might find at a crime scene with his body down there.
Body outline.
1-2 again. To left field and deep. Ball is way back and it is off the wall. Around first and heading into second base is Cody Ross with his 23rd double of the season. 4th hit of the inning for the Marlins.
Got some military craft coming across. Are those those are the limos for a stay on an alley?
There they go, right down the Allegheny. Well, they're not checking the traffic, I can tell you that. Up and away. That was our flyover tonight. They're a little late.
But pretty impressive nonetheless.
Third baseman Wes Helms, 0-1. Cody Ross at second base, and Helms 0 for 2, flying to right, grounded to short. Holland missed with that one. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. The Marlins have struck for 3 runs on 4 hits. The big blow, Gabby Sanchez, 3-run home run. And the inning certainly started in an inauspicious manner, Steve, when he walked the leadoff man, Emilio Bonifacio.
So many of the walks will come back to haunt you. You get away with some of them, but not all of them. Game certainly not out of hand by any means.
Pirates need to get the offense going against the young right-handers.
Against anybody.
Yeah, last night it struggled. 2 nights ago struggled. Tonight struggling again offensively. Trying to get the bats working. Starting pitching for the most part has been pretty good. Count now full. Ollendorf last night, just saw him a moment ago, exceptional in 8 innings of work. He hadn't gone that far at all this season. So he had his deepest outing. Gave up only 4 hits, struck out 5, and took a tough luck loss. 3-2 pitch. That's into left field, a base hit. Ross is going to get waved around. Helms has himself a 2-out RBI single. It is 4-0 Florida.
I'll tell you one thing about Ross Ohlendorf. There has never been in the history of baseball a better 1-in-10 pitcher, ever.
Maybe not. This ball just gets through into left field, and Paul put that in a spot on a 3-2 pitch that Helms could get around on. 23rd run batted in. Look from the AGH cam, just above the knees.
They get busy in the Pirate bullpen during this conference with Pirates' new pitching coach, Ray Serge.
Sean Gallagher up and throwing. Now Pedro Alvarez comes over to chat with Paul Maholm for a second. Speaking of Pedro, you can join him for a live online web chat Wednesday, August 25th at 2 p.m. on Pirates.com. Before the Pirates take on the Cardinals that night. He'll answer all your questions live, and all you need to do is log on to Pirates.com. You can chat live with Pedro Alvarez. And Ronnie Paulino has a base hit up the middle.
Ronnie has been torturing the Pirates during this series. I didn't catch the first game. I don't think he caught the first game, but he's been effective when he's been in there.
Brett Hayes was catching in the first game, but Paulino 2 more hits tonight. Former Pirate catcher, just all hips and arms. Sanabria trying to keep the hit parade going for Florida. He's the 9th man to bat this inning. 2 on and 2 out, 4 runs in, 4-0 Florida. 8 hits in the ball game, and that hit him. It did.
Oh my goodness.
So the bases are now loaded, and the leash on Paul Maholm is getting extremely short. Paul had been pitching so well, and the ball game getting away from him here in the 6th. 5 innings, absolutely outstanding, and he hits Sanabria right in the foot.
Yeah, and Sanabria had looked so bad on a curveball. All Paul really had to do is just kind of twist another one up there, and he'd have been out in front 0-2, but kind of overthrew it. And now he's further into the soup. And now you really need a big out to keep this thing under control to the degree that it is now.
Chris Snyder buying a little bit of time. John Russell coming up the steps. And Paul Maholm's night is over. 9 men have batted. Bonifacio getting set to hit for the 2nd time here in the 6th. 4 runs have been put up by the Marlins, and the bases are full of bad guys with 2 outs. And Sean Gallagher will be coming in. The Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. for the first 5 innings, Steve, and all of a sudden,
how do you explain it? I certainly don't know. I've lived it. But, such a thin line. Be on a roll, doing everything you want to do, throwing what you want to throw, where you want to throw it, when you want to throw it, and all of a sudden, none of that works. Get out of sync, out of rhythm.
And Mahalam hoping Gallagher can get Bonifacio here, because all 3 men are Paul's responsibility. He's got 4 runs charged to him to the moment. Book still open on it. Bonifacio swinging a miss. Turns around to bat left-handed against the right-hander Sean Gallagher.
Be nice for Paul, even better for the ball club, to keep it right here at 4-0. That can be dealt with. Gets further down the road. It's extremely tough.
Strike 2.
And that's good to see for Sean Gallagher in 13 innings, 15 walks. So strikes a priority for Sean.
In a similar situation on Tuesday night, Zach Duke ended up going exactly the same distance, 5 2/3 innings. And Gallagher came in on the 6th to get 1 out and get the Pirates out. Faced 1 man, get the job done. Gallagher's 0-2. That's outside and high. 1-2 to Emilio Bonifacio. Down at third base is Helms. Paulino at second. And the pitcher Sanabria is at first base. 1-2, foul back. Bonifacio batting for the 2nd time this inning. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Walked and scored. Walked to lead off the inning.
I'll tell you, in terms of comparisons, I'd rather have him up there, with all due respect to Emilio, than Hanley Ramirez.
1-2 again, foul back. Hanley Ramirez not in there tonight. Showed signs of having a sore right arm in the ball game last night. Edwin Rodriguez giving him a night off. Bonifacio playing in his stead. But Hanley's got gloves on. I don't think that it would bother his bat if a pinch hitter's needed later in the ball game.
Well, you got to figure that's going to be the case at some point.
2-2 now.
Because Marlin starter, 5 1/3, his longest outing at the major leagues, in that win against the Nationals.
Right. His only major league win.
Sanabria.
Bonifacio had to go down and spend some time in AAA. Started on the opening day roster for the Marlins, and then shortly thereafter, on the 14th of April, sent back to AAA, called back up on June 6th. Gallagher does the job. He strikes out Bonifacio. Damage is done, though, and after 5.5, it's a 4-0 Florida lead. Pirates looking to attack offensively now. There is our AGH cam right there. Sophisticated, high-tech stuff. Brings you those great super slow-mo shots. And Alex Sanabia, just his 6th major league start, his 8th major league appearance. And he is certainly having one that he will remember. He is pitching a 1-hit shutout to this point. Bottom of the 6th, Argenis Diaz, who has the only hit against him, will lead off. And Andy LaRoche will pinch hit in the 9th spot and back to the top of the order, Andrew McCutcheon. And a chance of Let's Go Bucks. Start from the assembled crowd tonight. Andy LaRoche will try to make the most of his pinch hitting opportunity. 2 balls, no strikes to Diaz. Last half inning, we asked you our AT&T mobility trivia question. And Steve, I don't know how diligently you've been working on trying to get that answer. I left it all up to you, by the way. The man of experience, I just left it up to you. No hints. 2-1. And Diaz looks to bunt his way aboard, and he may have caught Wes Helms, and no, the foul line catches the ball. Good attempt by Diaz, and he'll have to go back to home plate with a 2-2 count.
Close.
Grass wouldn't hold it. Great shot on the AGH cam.
That is fascinating to watch. That ball does at that motion.
Nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Shortstop Diaz leading off. Here's the 2-2. And Diaz hits one well to center field. Ross going back. He will catch it up against the wall. Cody Ross makes an exceptional play in center field to retire Argenis Diaz. He's been covering some ground out there tonight.
Didn't quit on the ball, not afraid of the wall, not afraid of the track. You hear it in the dugout. You got room, you got room. You hear it in the dugout or in the bullpen. Cameras and microphones everywhere. You've got you covered from every angle. That's great. You hear the guys helping him. You got room. What pitcher is not going to holler? You got room. Run into a cement wall. You got room. You got room.
It's like Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies did against the Dodgers last night. Stepped on the warning track, forgot about it. Andy LaRoche hits one to left field, down in the corner. Logan Morrison with the catch, and there are 2 down.
Okay, I got my answers.
All right,
let's see what it is again.
AT&T mobility trivia question.
Lock this up right now.
1999, 4 Marlins finished in the top 5 among rookie RBI leaders. Who were they?
Lou Gehrig, Napoleon LaJoie, Cap Anson, and Heine Manouche.
Close. Preston Wilson, Bruce Avon, Kevin Millar, and Alex Gonzalez.
That close.
Well, Warren Morris, the Pirates led with 73. I can't believe you didn't get that.
A lot of research. Went into the archives. Worked on the iPad. And the Ouija board.
To the left side. And Bonifacio makes a tremendous play to retire McCutcheon. Pirates gone in order again here in the 6th. It's a beautiful night here in Pittsburgh. Don't forget Saturday on Inside Pirates Baseball. Get the inside scoop on the 2 power pitchers the Buccos signed for their future. Plus, we jump in the car for a ride to work with Neil Walker and commute to the ballpark. Catch all this and more. Inside Pirates Baseball, Saturday night at 6, right here on FSM.
Will Ledesma coming on to work here in the top of the 7th, 4-0 Florida. Stats for Will. Good outing last time up. 1, 2, 3. Tuesday night. Retired the fish in order.
Face Logan Morrison, the left fielder. Morrison takes outside for a ball. Morrison tonight has walked, base hit, and scored last inning. And back in the first inning, he grounded out to second. Ledesma's pitch. It's outside. 2-0. Ledesma's got a power arm for a left-handed guy. He'll run that ball up there in the mid to or low to mid 90s, we should say. Typically 94, 95 miles an hour for Ledesma. Left on left matchup here is Morrison. Looks out at Ledesma. Two and one. The Pirates have been retired in order in all but the 3rd inning.
I tell you, Mr. Sanabia is looking more like Christy Matheson.
Tell you what, he's having the game of his life. Pirates need to break that up. 3 innings to go. The only hit belongs to Argenis Diaz. Had a 1-out single up the middle in the 3rd inning. 3-1 to Morrison. Ledesma needs to come in with a strike right here. He'll wait. Well, earlier in the game, in case you missed it, we were able to be joined by the newest member of the Pittsburgh Pirates family, Jamison Tayo, the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. Stetson Alley joined us last night. He was the 2nd pick. There's ball 4 to Morrison. And the leadoff man for this 2nd straight inning has been walked. And the news tonight that the Pirates have agreed to a deal for Luis Heredia from Mexico. Those are the 3 power arms they wanted. That was the goal. And they went out and got all 3.
And I think you'll find that the Pirates are going to be getting high marks for their draft work. Of course, going to have to wait to see how it all plays out, but they grade everything from day one, and I think the Pirates are going to get high marks indeed.
Gabby Sanchez, a 3-run home run his last time up, takes a strike. Well, people around baseball definitely taking notice of what Neil Huntington and his staff have done in this 2010 draft. And international signing, too. That's an impressive thing. Heredia, the number 1 international free agent.
At 16 years old.
16.
It's just stunning.
But he's a specimen. 16, Steve, and he's 6'6". And he throws the ball 94 miles an hour at 16. He probably can't drive a car yet. He can blow a 94 mile an hour fastball.
If he drives it, he drives it fast.
Nothing at 2 to Sanchez. Pitch from Ledesma, and that's fouled away. But can you imagine a 16-year-old?
16. I was thinking about trying to get a date for the prom, and it didn't happen.
4-0 Florida right now, top of the 7th. 0-2 is the count to Sanchez. Ledesma delivers, fouled back. Think about the three guys we've talked about in the last 2 days. 16-year-old pitcher in Heredia throws 94. 18-year-old pitcher in Tyone throws 99. And yesterday, Stetson Alley, who's just 19, throws the ball, and he is topped out at 102.
Every time you say that name, I keep thinking it's a last name. Stetson Alley.
And going down to second base is Morrison. Snyder unable to throw him out. A wild pitch from Ledesma here.
Good instincts from Logan Morrison. I don't know if he's going on the pitch or it was a late break. Just taking a shot at that ball in the dirt, not going to be handled cleanly.
1-2 to Gabby Sanchez. Pulled foul.
Is it down past Blaze down the left field line?
I think
Blaze down the right field line.
right field line.
Ball girls down each line and usually up on the portable stairs down the right field way.
Ledesma checks second. And Sanchez chased a high fastball. He strikes out. Aspendento, make you smile. How about this? You're 18 years old. You signed your first professional contract. He's a bonus baby. Gets his game jersey. And he's been up here in the booth with us. And have an ice cream. What a day.
Doesn't get much better than that.
So Aspendento, make you smile. And hopefully in a few short years, he'll be here making Bucco fans smile as perhaps a staff ace. He's that type of pitcher. He projects to be a top of the rotation type of guy. Dan Ugla was an 11-game hitting streak. Takes a strike there. Well, one thing about the signing of Tyone is that when the draft came around, many thought the Pirates would take a shortstop, Manny Machado. And Tyone figured to be the tougher sign. I remember having the conversation with Neil Huntington saying it was the bigger challenge in order to get Tyone, but the Pirates went after it and got it done.
That I told Jameson that I had interviewed Josh Johnson, who came out of high school. Did ask him about advice that he might give both Tyone and Alley, and he said, well, back when they were selected, he said, I would encourage everybody to sign as quick as you can. That way you might have a little chance to play and not have to give a year away.
Ball blocked by Snyder, and that's it's an issue.
Gray area,
yeah,
sure
because these guys, and we talked about it a little while ago, where and Jameson told us as well, where he didn't pick up a ball for 2 months once his high school season ended,
right,
because you don't want to risk injury. You just can't do it. It's too big of a risk. And let's just say if someday down the line soon they would take that signing deadline after draft day and move it closer to draft day, if it's possible to do, and have the higher draft pick signed first, and then everybody else would fall in the line after that, instead of waiting until all the lower picks sign, and then everyone says, well, they get this much, I'm going to get $10 more or whatever. But if they moved it up, you'd see these guys signing and then being able to get into actual games with the organization before the summer is over. Look, swinging and missing, and he got Snyder. Snyder appears to be okay. He's a tough guy.
You know, he even looks tough. I mean, he is tough, and he's got that look. Did it get the helmet.
Yeah, that's why you wear it. But speaking of catchers and talking about getting in early, last year, Tony Sanchez, Pirates drafted the catcher out of Boston College, and he signed quickly. And not only did Sanchez get into games, but asked to go play early. Went to State College, went to West Virginia, went to Lynchburg before the summer was over, and then took part in the playoffs in the Sally League and was part of a championship team in A-ball.
Well, if it works out that way, it certainly is a plus, because it's a game of repetitions. In the early year, you start the reps, and a chance you're going to have getting the handle on it.
Uggla pops it up. Neil Walker calling for it. There are 2 down. Dan Uggla a little more careful with the bat this time around.
Still went down. Still went around. That bat went around again. Who was the umpire? Alan Porter that got whacked the other night?
Yeah.
And opened up a cut on his head. The umpires just have the mask, they don't have the helmet.
Most guys wear that. I've seen some guys wearing some sort of protective headgear from time to time. I wonder if Alan Porter is going to don that next time he goes behind the plate.
Mr. Ledesma, as you said, dealing at 93, 94 miles an hour.
Good to have a left-handed power arm coming out of the bullpen. Two men out, top of the 7th. Morrison at second. And a pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 up for the Pirates. Jose Tabata, Neil Walker, and Garrett Jones. 2, 3, and 4. This takes a big inning. This takes starting to string some hits together. They've got to find a way to get to Alex Sanabia. Up in the air to shallow right. Ryan Domet coming on. He makes the catch. Nothing across. No hits. And a man left. It's stretch time at PNC Park. The bottom of the 7th inning. Tomorrow the Pirates take on the Mets at 7:05, and all fans receive a Pirates poster courtesy of Nepper Press. This collectible poster features Andrew McCutchen, Pedro Alvarez, Jose Tabata, Neil Walker, and other members of the 2010 Pirates team. For tickets, visit pirates.com. Sanabia deals a strike to Jose Tabata.
Well, during the open, mentioned the fact that the Pirates should have some opportunities with the batting averages against this young man, this young right-hander. Well, there's a base hit. But he has been outstanding tonight. Outstanding.
Good start here in the 7th. Tabata.
Getting counseling from Carlos Garcia, and probably part of that counseling. Don't do anything rash. Your room doesn't save the game. Your run doesn't save the game. So don't take any chances. We need more than you.
Jose now has hit safely in 23 of his last 28 games. 1 for 3 tonight. Neil Walker 0 for 2. Here's Sanabia's pitch to him. Strike on the outside part of the plate.
Neil just missed getting the ball over the fence to right field. Last time up.
Jose Veras is tough out of the pen, too. Pirates don't want to get to him just yet. Also, Will Ullman, the left-hander.
Been a dazzler for Sanabia, but he is in uncharted waters.
Walker, line drive and double play. Talk about bad luck. Right at Sanchez. Nothing Tabata could do about it at all.
Nope. Hung out to dry. This ball blistered at the first baseman.
That play right there might be a statement to how this homestand has started out with Florida. Just putting the bat on the ball, but an atom ball hit it right at him. 2 outs. Garrett Jones, the hitter.
That pitch right there might have bought Sanabia the 7th inning. If it's not the atom ball, they might have to go to the bullpen.
Just nothing he can do. He's in his secondary lead, and really the one place as a base runner you don't want to see the ball hit. It was hit. It's a big field out there.
Sanchez with just enough glove. That ball was out toward the end, but he's able to corral it. There you have it. Right
strikes
there.
out Jones. Jones down on strikes for the 2nd time. We'll move to the 8th inning. It's a 4-0 lead for the Marlins. Just 7 pitches for Sanabia. Take a look at the road ahead, brought to you by your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers. Toyota moving forward. Mike Pelfrey, Jeff Karsten's the matchup tomorrow as the Mets move into town. Jonathan Neese and James McDonald on Saturday and Sunday. Johan Santana and Zach Duke. Coverage begins with the True Total Media Pirates pregame show 6:30, and 1 p.m. Pirates and Mets. That's the road ahead.
And we'll go to the 8th inning. Daniel McCutcheon coming in to work in his 15th game. His relief work has been outstanding. Can't say the same about the starts. It's been an up and down year for Daniel, literally, figuratively. He's now in his 4th stint with the Pirates this year. Bullpen work has been very good. That's what we can continue with here.
Cody Ross swings at the first pitch and knocks it foul. Ross had a double and scored a run in the 6th. Kind of a mixed bag tonight. He struck out in the 2nd. And then in the 4th inning, Pedro Alvarez made an outstanding play, a diving play toward the line at 3rd. From a knee, threw him out. Strike 2 called to Ross. But Ross has been doing a great job defensively tonight. Made a great catch on our hand as Diaz in the 6th inning. A couple of other putouts, Ryan Domit and Chris Snyder. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
John Russell going deep into the bullpen once again. Paul Maholm going 5 2/3, and Gallagher, Ledesma, McCutcheon.
One, 2. Up in the air to right center. And Gomez calls it in for out number 1. This Sunday, the Pirates hosting the Mets, 1:35. Kids Day at the ballpark. Family Fun Zone pregame. Kids get to run the bases postgame thanks to HK Pretzels. And Ryan Gomez shows us the Chest Protector backpack. All kids 14 and under get that who enter the ballpark. It's presented by Bear. To get tickets, visit pirates.com. Pretty neat item. We'll be out here Sunday for that. Family Fun Zone, by the way, starts at 11. Gates open at 11:30 to the ballpark. Out on Federal Street, lots of fun. So kids, grab your parents and bring them down. Sunday Kids Day. Starting to run out of those. Season getting a little long in the tooth. Game number 121 on the year. Out of 162. Pirates hope to play 162 this year. You know, last year they only played 161. One of the games late in the season on the last road trip. The first leg of the last road trip was rained out against the Cubs.
So it wasn't just a matter of saying uncle.
Both teams played 161. Didn't make it up. McCutcheon makes the catch. Speaking of the Cubs, they were swept by the Padres. A 4-game series. San Diego wins today 5-3.
They can't be happy in Wrigleyville. It's not gone the way they wanted it to go.
Puts the Padres ahead by 6.5 over San Francisco. San Francisco winning, however, in Philadelphia. Ronnie Paulino pops it up. Second baseman Neil Walker makes the catch. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Daniel McCutcheon. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th next. 4-0 Marlins. the Yankees, placed on the 15-day DL, sprained right ankle. Pedro Feliz traded from the Astros to the Cardinals today for a pitching prospect. Matt Latos of the Padres, 7 innings. He struck out 10. Padres sweep the Cubs on the north side. Jonathan Sanchez of the Giants, 7 innings, 5 strikeouts. Giants leading the Phillies 5-0 in the 8th inning. And the Giants trying to remain just 6 back of the Padres in the National League West. Here's Pedro Alvarez starting the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-0 Marlins, and Pedro coming up in the 8th inning has only been to the plate twice tonight. He's grounded out both times, swings and hits it down to Gabby Sanchez.
Wow, that's the last 4 outs and 8 pitches.
Unbelievable. So Alvarez is now 0 for 3.
Wasn't it just a half an hour ago the Padres were just a game and a half or 2 games up on the Giants?
Yeah.
I mean, just all of a sudden they've stretched it.
They have really been pitching well. The bullpen they have is terrific.
The big question around these parts right now, who is Alex Sanabia and why is he doing these things to the Pirates?
Funny thing is, people in Florida might be asking the same thing. He's pitched a handful of times for them this year. Started the year in Double-A Jacksonville. Straight from Double-A to the big leagues. Clay Hensley now loosening up just in case. See how far Sanabia can go here. He's got a 2-hit shutout he's twirling. Dull it behind 0-2.
They let him go in the minor leagues Double-A ball, which is highly unusual this day and age. Over 100 pitches a handful of times. He's been down the track in some minor league games. 74 pitches.
1-2. Ryan Domet flied to center in the 2nd inning, then struck out swinging in the 5th. Well, there's no question, hitters go into slumps, fielders go into slumps, pitchers go into slumps, and the offense as a whole has gone into a slump. Trying to break out of it against Alex Sanabia. Down the left field line, that'll slice into the seats. Ryan Domet will come back to the plate, pick up his bat, and try it again. So Snyder out on deck. One man is out in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4 runs on 8 hits for Florida. No runs on 2 hits for the Bucks. Bucks have only stranded 1 man. Second hit came from Tabata in the 7th after Diaz's hit in the 3rd. And down on strikes looking goes Ryan Domet. He has struck out twice tonight, and he is 0 for 3.
This young man has been outstanding. Take nothing away from him. Called up. All of a sudden, 11th hour situation. He's got to come up and make pitches, and he has done it in very efficient fashion and polishes it off to this point with a called 3rd strike against Ryan Domet. He has been absolutely terrific. Absolutely terrific.
By far the best start of his career. Delivers a strike on the inside part of the plate to Snyder.
And again, you look at the whole package, and the one thing that stands out, other than the 2 hits, and that's the glaring thing, 2 hits, no runs, no free passes.
1-1 to Snyder.
You always wonder in these kind of situations, Tim, this young man, he's been up, back down. How many chances am I going to get? But he went back down, and he's figured something out tonight.
Two out of 9 in the series for Snyder. Struck out flying to center. And a 2-1 pitch. Popped up back of the plate and well out of play. Snyder got hit in the back of the head in the helmet by Dan Ugla. Backswing just shook off the cobwebs. And got right back in there and let it bother him at all. 2-2, 2 down, nobody on. And Snyder to left field. Morrison's not going to get it. And Snyder around first. He'll head for second. And he will hold there with a stand-up 2-out double. First extra base hit of the night for the Pirates.
And the one thing that comes to mind in this series against Florida with their starters, I don't know about Volstad, but Nolasco doesn't walk anybody. And Johnson doesn't walk anybody. And this young man has not walked anybody. That helps. That helps immensely. That close, and that's a play that Logan Morrison will probably tell you he should have made as the ball just goes under the glove. The body is down, but so many times when the body is down on these attempts by outfielders, the glove is still what would have been about waist high.
Well, to your point, Volstad walked 2. Only 2 Pirates batters have been walked in this entire 4-game series.
Big item.
Diaz to right field. That one is going to drop fair and bounces over that side wall for a ground rule double. Snyder comes in to score the first Pirate run. It's 4-1.
That'll probably be it for Sanabria.
First major league double for Hennis Diaz and his first big league RBI.
As you're watching this replay, Rodriguez coming out to make a pitching move.
Diaz has his second hit of the game. Hennis Diaz filling in for Ronnie Cedeno. Drives in a run. Safe Auto Insurance reminds you you're safe at home with Safe Auto. Proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure. That's going to do it for Alex Sanabria, who has pitched the best game of his very young career. Columbia Gas 811. Call to the pen has been made by the Florida Marlins. Cap, courtesy of Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Come early for the African American Heritage Celebration on Federal Street prior to the game. And enjoy live music, food, and festivities. For your tickets, visit Pirates.com. Hennis Diaz, an RBI double as the Pirates on the board. And Alex Sanabria, 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run to the moment, no walks, 5 strikeouts. And here's Clay Hensley. Hensley to face pinch hitter Delwyn Young.
Operative numbers there, 55 innings, 59 strikeouts for Hensley.
Delwyn Young with 14 pinch hits. (14 out of 52) as a pinch hitter for that .269 average. Thought about that one for a moment and laid off it.
That was the real floater, 72 miles an hour.
Well, Delwin likes those breaking pitches. He laid off this one, however. Ball and 2 strikes now. Delwin against the Florida Marlins, a .389 hitter.
Yeah, you don't need anything really dramatic right now. Just keep this thing going as much as you can. After 2 quick outs, spark.
And the ball gets away. Diaz down to third, the throw to first. And that will do it. Strikeout 2-3, the put out. Pirates get one back on a pair of doubles by Snyder and Diaz. Go to the 9th, 4-1, Florida in front. This coach pitch group prides themselves on defense and have allowed 7 runs or less in every game. Your team could be next. Just write a short essay to baseball at fsnpittsburgh.net telling us why, and they could be featured during a Trip Total Media Pirates pregame show in September.
Joel Hanrahan coming out to work the 9th inning. 4-1. The Marlins lead it. The numbers for Joel is John Russell wants to get him some work. 51 innings, 72 strikeouts, and Chad Tracy will come up and try it against Joel. 5th pitcher of the evening for the Pirates, Mahalam, Gallagher, Ledesma, Daniel McCutcheon with a quick, tidy 1-2-3, top of the 8th, and now Joel Hanrahan.
Chad Tracy, .236 average.
Watch out.
Works the first pitch foul. Tracy started at third base in last night's ball game. Ended up going 1 for 3. Had an RBI single in the 5th inning. This one pulled foul again.
So the final line for Mr. Alex Sanabia, 7 2/3 innings, a run on 4 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Tidy work.
Nothing in 2 to Chad Tracy. Heater for strike 3. Tracy down on strikes, and Hanrahan rings up another.
That's the lock him up after 2 off-speed pitches, come back 95 miles an hour. Can't pull the trigger.
Hanrahan's got 2 pitches. Fastball and slider. It's just tough to hit either one of them.
Well, one plays off the other. When you're showing the fastball, it's hard not to start the swing early. The slider can get you. You wait on the slider, the fastball is by you, as we just saw with Mr. Tracy.
Emilio Bonifacio takes ball one. He batted twice in the 6th inning, led off with a walk and scored, and then struck out to end that inning. 10 men came to the plate. Paul Maholm victimized in the 6th for 4 runs, and that's where we stand as far as Florida scoring goes. The Pirates still have 3 more outs after this. It's Hanrahan's job to keep it right where it is. And the Pirates will start with the top of the order: McCutchen, Tabata, and Walker. Try to come up with some runs in the bottom of the 9th. Bonifacio shows bunt. 96 on the fastball. 3-1 now. Emilio Bonifacio. 3-1. Strike 2. 3-2. What's your guess here? Fastball or slider? You have 50-50.
Yeah. I think just try to knock the bat out of his hand. I think you do him a favor with an off-speed pitch.
Fouls back.
97. Most of the power guys, when they get the so-called little guys up there, when you soften up, I think you do them a favor. You find most of the power guys try to overpower these type of hitters.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Bonifacio. Ground ball hit the second base. Walker throws him out, and there are 2 away. Hanrahan wins the battle with Bonifacio. 2 down for the left fielder, Logan Morrison. Morrison's walked twice. And a base hit and grounded out. He's 1 for 2. Morrison, left-handed hitter. Playing in his 21st major league game. And the pitch to him. Strike call. Well, Hanrahan's got it going. There's not much fooling around. Jose Tabata will make the grab, and the Pirates are down to their final 3 outs tonight. Can they come back? Top of the order due up: McCutchen, Tabata, and Walker. Coming up after the ball game, the AGH Sports Medicine Pirates post-game show highlights And analysis of this one. Paul Alexander and Kent Jacoby in the studio. They'll break it all down for you. Pirates need 3 to extend the ball game, 4 to win it.
And it's my understanding there's no clock involved, so we can hit until we're done.
That's right.
Hitting.
There is no clock. This just in. Leo Nunez, closer for the Marlins. He's got 27 saves already this year. Done a good job in that category for the Fish. McCutchen looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. And this one fouled out of play. Well, yesterday at the ballpark, the parrot trying to reel in a marlin, and the lure got snapped off the line.
Catch and release. That's what it is. Catch and release.
So he decided to harpoon a marlin. And the marlin outswam him. Strike 2 to McCutchen, 1 and 2.
This marlin's been pretty good. This marlin, who's a former Pirate.
Well, McCutchen awaits the 1-2 delivery. Here it comes. Fouls it away.
There's a wonderful saying on a plaque by Roger Angell, who's a terrific baseball writer. It says, since baseball time is measured only in outs, all you have to do is succeed utterly. Keep hitting, keep the rally alive, and you have defeated time. You remain forever young. So it's a neat saying. They've got it framed up here in the press box. Wonderful writer, Roger Angell.
2 balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch to McCutchen. Full count, 3 and 2.
I think Nunez walked the first batter last night, Garrett Jones. Did he not?
He did indeed. Here's the payoff. And McCutchen pops it up back and way out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes. McCutchen hitting .277 right now for his first 3 at-bats tonight. And again, the payoff from Nunez. And this one's hammered. Deep left field. Way back and gone. Home run number 12 for Andrew McCutchen. It is 4-2. McCutchen's 3rd home run of the series.
And he paid off on the payoff pitch. Got all of it. Up right in the wheelhouse. Andrew didn't miss it. He knew it. Nunez knew it. And our AGH camera knew it.
Nice way to get the 9th started. Nobody out. 1 run is in. Jose Tabata, the hitter. And Tabata checks away.
He gets sawed off.
And Gabby Sanchez will take it himself for the out. But boy, McCutchen got the fireworks going here in the bottom of the 9th. And Jameson Taillon, newly signed draftee, number 2 overall in the 2010 draft.
Need a base runner. Yep. Need a base runner right now.
Tying run is on deck. If Walker can get on base.
I think that's just the 2nd home run that Nunez has allowed. Yep, number 2.
Solidly struck by McCutchen. 0-1. Walker fouls it back. He is behind now, 0-2. Neil thought he had one in the 4th inning. And it came up just short as Mike Stanton pulled it off the Clemente wall for an out. Oh, 2 pitch. And Walker bags a single to right field. Neil Walker 1 for 4 tonight, and the tying run coming to the plate.
And you got the two guys looking down the barrel at Nunez that you want. Power guys, left-hand batters against the right-hander Nunez. Garrett Jones and Pedro Alvarez and Ryan Doumit, all capable.
Fans excited here in the bottom of the ninth, hoping for a comeback. Strike one to Garrett Jones. Walker off of first, short lead there. And strike two. Jones didn't like it. Didn't want that one, but now he's behind 0-2.
And Nunez, who has a great off-speed pitch, has suddenly gone to the fastball, 94, 95 miles an hour to Garrett Jones. He's got him in a very difficult spot. He's got two exceptional pitches, the fastball at 95 and the off-speed pitch. It's tough to pick up, and now Ronnie Paulino wants to talk with his pitcher.
Paulino talks into his glove. Nunez talks into his jersey. Number 46 against number 46. Nunez against Jones here. Walker, a one-out single. McCutchen homered to left to lead off the inning. Tabata grounded out. So one down and one on at the bottom of the ninth. Tying run at the plate. Holding on to the foul tip is Paulino, and there are two away as Jones goes down on strikes. Pirates down to their final out.
Well, he went to steam heat with Garrett Jones. This one he reaches back and gets a little extra. 96, 97.
It will be up to Pedro Alvarez now. Pedro's 0 for 3, grounded out 3 times.
Now let's see if he stays hard or he knows that Pedro has been watching him from the on-deck circle. Just steam heat to Garrett. Let's see what he starts him out with. More heat. I don't think he's real happy about that home run. He has just got some he's got some mustard on these fastballs. He's not the biggest guy in the world either, but he is just dealing.
He throws hard. Now the 0-1 pitch coming to Pedro with Walker off of first. And the Pirates down to their final strike tonight.
Just simply behind on that 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
An off-speed pitch at 85. Right around there. Most of the time, 85, 86. 0-2 to Pedro. He represents the tying run. Nunez, stretch. And the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just try to throw it through the back screen there.
Chance for the Bucks. They're battling in the 9th inning. Well, 1 ball, 2 strike offering. And he struck him out, and Nunez hangs on. And the Marlins take 3 of 4 in this series. 4-2, the final, Steve. And a fight at the end, but it came up short for the second straight night.
Once again, too little, too late for the Pirate offense. And the struggles continue with the bat. Simple as that.
Nunez picks up his 28th save. And he knew he was in for a fight. He comes up and strikes out the last too many faces. Jones and Alvarez here.
What a demonstration, but yep, he was able to get it done.
So that does it for our game coverage tonight. Our next broadcast of Pirates baseball at FSN Pittsburgh tomorrow night for the first of a 3-game weekend series with the Mets. Mike Palfrey at 11-7 pitching against Jeff Karstens. Karstens 2-9. Trip Total Media Pirates pregame begins our coverage at 6:30. Greg Brown and Bob Walk have the call for you at 7 right here on FSN Pittsburgh, bringing the game to you. Our final score, Florida 4 and the Pirates 2. Our partner Steve Blash and our entire FSN crew, I'm Tim Neverett, reminding you to stay tuned. The AGH Sports Medicine Pirates postgame comes up right after the break.